Hello everybody, this is Furniture Bob here and welcome to race number 24 of the 2018-19 NASCAR Skills Cup Series season. This is the SNCF 400 at Autodromo de Paris. Indeed, we are here now in Paris for the second race in Europe and the final race abroad before we return to America in the next race. As we are getting closer and closer to the playoff, it's come to a point that Fernando Bobbin has pretty much ran away with the point lead. However, it's now become a bit of a battle for second place in the standings between the Relay Xbox and Martrix Jr. Will we see that continue today? Well, we're going to find out. But with that being said, let's give you the starting grid for the race. Starting on the pole for the race is Martrix Jr. Alongside him second is the Relay Xbox Nerd. Third is Fernando Bobbin. Fourth is Kevin Harvick. Fifth is Chase Elliott. Sixth is William Byron. Seventh is Kyle Busch. Eighth is Denny Hamlin. Ninth is Bank Coaches. 10th is Tim Tom. 11th is Kyle Larson. 12th is Prairie Serp. 13th is Brad Keselowski. 14th is Christian. 15th is Dana Hemrick. 16th is Donald. 17th is Joe Logano. 18th is Ryan Blaney. 19th is Oliver. 20th is Duck. 21st is Clint Boyer. 22nd is Daniel Suarez. 23rd is Douglas. 24th is Ryan Newman. 25th is Jimmy Johnson. 26th is Mia. 27th is Eric Jones. 28th is Bubba Wallace. 29th is Kurt Busch. 30th is Alex Bowman. 31st is Rebecca. 32nd is Paul Menard. 33rd is Howard Rolla. 34th is Austin Dillon. 35th is James Hicks. 36th is Mr. Light's brother. 37th is Derber. 38th is Lady. 39th is Derek Cope. 40th is Mommy. 41st is Reed Sorensen. And 42nd is Can't Drive. Oh yes, sirree. This is going to be an interesting-ish race. Well, I'm not sure how much because it's the first ever sanctioned official race here at the Paris circuit. I mean, overall, I should make predictions, but only time will tell. Well, despite the fact that this is a track in Paris, this is a oval, high-speed oval. So it's going to make for an interesting race as well. Yeah, there's an oval race, therefore it should be interesting. Otherwise, what are we doing here? Well, anyway. Yeah, so as like I said earlier, the points battle for second is between these two guys up here, Martrix Jr. and the Xbox Nerd. I guess the ultimate question is who's going to be second in the playoffs. I mean, of course, Martrix Jr. has 4 wins, whereas the Xbox Nerd has 3 wins this season, which means that Martrix Jr. will get more bonus points from his wins, but one of these guys will get 1 extra bonus point for finishing just ahead of each other. Or 1 ahead of each other. Could be more than that, and we could stretch the points gap a bit more. Ultimately, though, only time will tell where everybody places when the playoffs eventually, or when we eventually reach the playoffs, which is only a few races away now. But anyway, now getting into this race off of turn number 4. That was a weird noise. We are underway for the SNCF 400 at the Paris circuit. As I hear weird noises outside, Martrix Jr. is in the lead with Fernando Bobbin doing what he does best and taking the lead straight off the bat. So let's see how they have rumble strip on the inside, kind of like a road course, even though this isn't a road course circuit. And I don't even think this track has a road course. I think it's just strictly the oval, which isn't a bad thing. As you see here, the field also hits high speeds here, 220 something miles per hour before the ball was able to hit off of that straightaway. And here he goes again on this straightaway, 221, almost as fast as an Indy car. Of course, these cars aren't known to have the power of an Indy car, but when you let them loose, they can go very fast, as Fernando Bobbin is showing here. As the race continues, though, the field now getting a little bit strung out. The double foulness is kind of coming in up front here. Ooh, here's a development battle for second. The real Xbox Nerd trying to get around Martrix Jr. for second. Chase Elliott's hanging back there as well. He might try an attack move at some point. But there goes the real Xbox Nerd now underneath Martrix Jr. He tries to get underneath him, but cannot quite do it. An unsuccessful pass from the real Xbox Nerd. She's still like he might mess about with these guys in a bit. You know, it's weird. Chase Elliott is comfortably into the playoffs, and he still hasn't won a single race this season. It's a little bit sacrilege, but then again, though, that's just how the point system is designed. You don't necessarily have to win a race to make it into the playoffs, but of course, the more wins you get, the more bonus points you'll get at the beginning of the playoffs. Anyway, the Really Xbox Nerd, once again, trying to get around around Martrix Jr. as I get now I'm getting the name switched around because the name sounds similar for some reason. Yeah, it seems Really Xbox Nerd having difficulties getting around Truex. All it seems for the most part this field having difficulties getting around each other. And we are driving very fast around here, but it seems that this track it's very hard to pass. For involvement now in an attempt to get his 9th win of the season. You know, for involvement, he's been very successful this season. There's no doubt about that. I've said it so many times over, and I don't know why I'm saying it again. Maybe just because it's such a historical thing, I guess. I mean, when was the last time that somebody got 8 wins? Well, more than 8 wins, I should say, because Martrick Jr. he got 8 wins in 2017. Frank Devalba now has 8 wins. Although Martrick Jr. got his 8 wins over the entire 36 race season. Frank Devalba, he's managed to get his 8 wins in just the first 24 races of this season. Or first 23, I should say. And now, of course, race number 24, Frank Devalba on his way to get his 9th win of the season. Which is the most of anybody in a single season I've seen in a while. So the field, though, not really keen on overtaking. Yeah, this track, despite its high speed, seems to be very difficult to pass. Here comes Can't Drive, but the field might drive past him, like they usually do. Yeah, you have to slow down a bit, but that's not gonna do anything. Yep. Yeah, the field just getting around the Xbox Nerd. But yeah, very difficult to pass here, it seems. I guess at this track they go so fast and these cars are so equally matched that it's just next to impossible for one person to catch up to someone else. Of course, it was easy for Fernando Bobbin to do at the start of the race, but now it seems that nobody can pass anyone here. It seems that the better car seems to have the advantage over the not as good car. Now the faster cars are able to get out to the front quicker, which results in a train of cars, you know, that gets strung out a bit. Oh, now we have Kevin Harvick who just tried to get around Chase Elliott but couldn't quite complete the pass. So Fernando Bobbin's still leading after 14.5 laps, and Kevin Harvick still trying to get around Chase Elliott, but failing. Yeah, coming to the circuit, we weren't sure what exactly to expect here, but oh, here's Percy. He's going quite slow. He must have gone involved into a crash or something earlier on, because he's quite a bit off the pace. That's not going to help Price up in the point standings at all. Ooh, Truex tried to stick his nose underneath point of Bobbin, but failed. Oh, but it looks like we do have a little bit of controversy. Purser was able to slow up T. Silly, and that's allowed Kevin Herbert to overtake him. Lap track might be the only way that others can pass each other. Now here's Billy Spuck's Nerd, though, going underneath Martrix Jr. But maybe this time they'll like to be able to successfully complete the pass. So side by side with each other. Here goes the Relix Box Nerd. And it looks like the Billy Box Nerd has finally been able to get some ground. And he is now able to get past Martrix Jr. for second. The battle between these two guys continues. The Relix Box Nerd now up to second place at Paris. This is Paris. So, remember that? You think the Truex might be trying to get the draft off of Xbox Nerd? Maybe that's the case. I mean, this isn't exactly though. This isn't really a super speedway or a restricted play race like Daytona or Talladega. Because of course this track, of course this track has no plates. Therefore you can drive as fast as your car can go. And at the same time, you do have to slow down a bit in the corner, so you can't go full throttle around this whole track. Well, not in these stock cars anyway. Oh, but the now Martrix Jr. tried to pull the crossover move on the real Xbox Nerd, take second place back. Ooh, the real Xbox Nerd going high. That's allowing Truex to get underneath him. Oh, but Truex not going to quite complete the pass though. Going to tuck him behind the real Xbox Nerd for now. It looks like now we've now caught up to can't drive for the second time in this race. Impressively though, from front of Bobbin, so far in this race he has led every single lap. He could possibly become the first driver in a points event this season to lead every single lap. Then again though, that's just the track though. Because one thing that we know for sure from racing for the first time is that it indeed is pretty hard to pass. It is quite impressive at how fast these guys go around here, but unfortunately that can't be backed up by the fact that it's really hard to pass. Well, I say it's hard. Maybe it's just hard because these guys aren't very equal. Because the really special was able to get around Martrix Jr. And those guys are quite equal. Whereas Freud Bob, and he's a bit more powerful than both Relix Bucks Nerd and Martrix Jr. Therefore, he's able to keep the lead for the longest time as he makes his way around Reed Swords and is about to make his way past Derek Cope. Yeah, first time we've seen Derek Cope in the car in a little while. Ooh, can we see a change here for second if they can't get around Cope properly? Not quite. It's like that both of them will flawlessly make it around Derek Cope. Front of Bobbin though now with just a bit more of a lead on the Xbox than Martrix Jr. Oh, someone's riding the wall apparently. Oh dear, Derek Cope, he scraped the wall for quite a bit of a while back there. Didn't spin around, so no caution, but that was not the greatest sign. At the time being though, The only big move that we've seen is for second between the real Xbox Nerd and Martrix Jr. Apart from that, not much has happened in this race up front. Martrix Jr. attempting the overtake for second. See, if Cruz could just get a bit more speed on the real Xbox to do the straightaways, he could get him into the corner like he is trying to do now. Side by side for the lead. Martrix Jr. is going to complete the pass. Oh, almost. Well, he tries to complete the pass anyway, but oh dear. Not quite fast enough on that last corner. Can he try to do it again? Here, 3 and 4. This time a lot more clear, though. And the race Nerd now, or no, as Martrix Jr. is now able to get around Martrix Jr. No. Martrix Jr. is able to get around the Really Specs Nerd for second. I swear, I don't know why I'm getting these two names confused. Maybe because they're similar in length. I don't know. Let's go through the field. So here we have Kevin Harvick. You know, it's a bit tragic. You know, there's a bit of a tragic story behind him because, well, for this season anyway, well, I guess I wouldn't say tragic, but a little bit sacrilege. The fact that Kevin Harvick, he's done so well in the points standings this season, yet we have barely talked about him this season. I think the big reason behind that, though, is the fact that Kevin Harvick, he might be the best driver this season to not win a race. At least in the first 23 races anyway. Because Harvick, he's been consistent. He's done super well in the point standings. He's well into the playoffs. But, although, yeah, he might lose out on a few spots in the playoffs, though, if he doesn't get a win or two. Well, I say get a win or two. You know, only 2 races left before the playoffs, so... Actually, no, 3 races before the playoffs. I mean, not 2. Ooh, can't drive. Quite a little bit of confusion delay. We do apologize for missing out on that, but Donald and a few others running a bit slow. But yeah, Harvick only has a few more races, including this one, to get a win before the playoffs. Otherwise, he might be into a bit of playoff trouble. I hear some guys like fairly slow back there. This race, though, going by pretty fast. I'd say this race is about as fast as Rockingham, maybe even a little bit faster. Because the Rockingham race was one that didn't last very long, and it seems like this race may not last very long either. So, Frony Bobbin has led pretty much every single lap in this race. I mean, Triggs could always catch up to him eventually, but I'm not even sure if Triggs will be able to pass him. At least under the green. If there were to be a caution, then there's a possibility that we could see a pass for the lead, but otherwise, Front might just have this race in the bag. Actually, I forget how many more races there are until the playoffs. I just thinking about it. Actually, yeah, it was before race number 26. So this race number 23, race number 20. No, 24. So this race number 24. So we have race number 25, and then 26, and then playoff begins. So yeah, you're a little bit confused. Purdy with quite a bit more damage. He must hit the wall a few times, and as a result, it's hurt his car and might hurt him in the point standings. I believe there was actually a point in time in the season that Purser was actually eligible for the or was actually had a chance to make it into the playoffs, but that playoff chance for Purser might not happen now this season, as he just hasn't been consistent enough. Because if you want to, or if you can, you could always make it to the playoffs just based off of consistency and getting a bunch of good finishes and collecting as many points as possible. Something, of course, that Kevin Harvick has done, like I pointed out earlier. Imagine if Verstappen gets 10 wins before the playoffs reach. He might just win this race, and then you have, I think, yeah, so 24 is reaching 24, right? Yeah, so 2 more races before the playoffs. Imagine if Verstappen gets a win in one of those races. More live traffic coming up, but as seen today, it's done nothing to impact the lead change up here. Notice enough, the Relix Box Nerd, he, of course, was able to pass Max Jr. for second, although, I mean, if the Relix Box Nerd wants to, you know, continue to get better finishes in Truex, then, well, I mean, he's going to have to race Truex for it. Oh, he just can't drive in a lap car. In the lapped car. This might also be one of those rare races where we go without a single caution. You know, the last time that we had a caution-free race was such a long time ago that I can't even remember. But this, yeah, despite the fact this race has been fairly anticlimactic, or unclimactic, I should say. This might be the first race in quite a long time. First caution-free race, I should say. You know, of course we have seen, you know, a few caution-free races this season, but this one is more memorable for some reason. I feel like we've had a few other caution-free races. Like I know the NASCAR Siemens National Series race at Talladega was a caution-free race. I mean, I also feel like a few other races this season were caution-free, but I can't remember. I can't put my finger on which races those actually were. If you guys have been paying attention to this season, you might be able to tell me in the comments. I'll get you some more live traffic. This one's an interesting pack of lapped cars. So this is about for second has gone a bit spread out. Ooh, but the leader's having this limit just a tiny bit so they don't make contact with the lap cars. Or lap traffic, I suppose. For Bob, and he is getting around these lap cars, but ooh, Truex, he's catching up just a little bit on Fernando Bobbin. Fernando Bobbin wants to keep defending his position after what has been quite an unclimactic race. Fernando Bobbin wants to try to lead every single lap in this race, making this race a caution-free one and the fastest race in recent history. I mean, we've had NASCAR Siemens National Series races last longer than this. And there's a Cup, and you know, on the Siemens National Series races, they're usually shorter than the Cup Series races, and this race is just flowing by. Well, that's probably a good thing, Considering how little action we've seen out up front of this race, maybe a good thing that it's gone by quite quickly. Ooh, Truex and Real Xbox Nerd getting held up on these lap cars. Allow the Real Xbox Nerd to get up to Truex. He might be able to pass him with less than 10 laps to go. Ooh. The Real Xbox Nerd is now trying to get past... Oh, okay, well, he was trying anyway. I'm not sure if he's still trying. I mean... I don't know what story of the Real Xbox Nerd is now. I mean, he looks like he's trying to catch up to Truex, but... Yeah. So we got a few more laps to make that pass. And so far, hasn't really gone his way. There's still time to go, though. So the Real Xbox Nerd can pass Truex with 6 laps to go. I mean, the Real Xbox Nerd is trying, but he's not. Well, at the moment, he's hasn't quite been able to pass Truex. I mean, he still has a few laps to go, but how long until the pass ultimately happens? That is a big question. This might be a last lap pass for a second now. Look at the Real Xbox Nerd. He's trying his best to catch up to Truex. Well, I think tires have come into effect as well, because these guys aren't going as fast as they were around the corners due to tire wear. We also haven't even make a single pit stop in this race. I guess that's to do with how maybe to do with how short it is, or how fastly, or how fastly this race is going. Yet fastly is a word. Ooh, he's still trying there. He's getting closer to Truex's bumper. Oh, he had to get off the fall bet there, though. Oh, dear. That may have ruined it for the Real Xbox Nerd. 2 laps to go. Frank Robin is storming away, but it's now a bit of a battle for second between the Real Xbox Nerd and Martin Truex Jr. Dear, oh dear. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Frank Robin leads, but the cameras are going on these guys. Oh, once again he had to let off the fall a little bit. I think he may have burnt it. Yep, the Real Xbox Nerd is going to blow his last shot to overtake Truex to take home third. Oh, but off of turn number 4, leading every single lap in the race, Frank Bob will win the inaugural SNCF 400 at Paris. I don't really need to say anything. I really don't. This track was made in a way for Frank Bobbin. As after he took the lead from the initial start, he just, basically in short, he just took the lead on the initial start of the race and never looked back. Actually enough, a cautious-free race with no accidents, a few bent-up cars, but overall, nothing major happened in this race. But of course, Frank Bobbin will get his 9th win of the season. Now, of course, the challenge for him is, can he make it 10 before the playoffs? Well, ultimately, we'll have to see who finished where. So with that being said, here, time to give you the results. So, Frank Bobbin will win here at Paris with Martin Truex Jr. Coming up second, the Relax Buccaneer third, Carolina ranked fourth, Chase Elliott fifth, Kyle Busch sixth, William Byron seventh, Denny Hamlin eighth, Ben Kogas ninth, Brad Keselowski 10th, Gridgen 11th, Kyle Larson 12th, Joe Logano 13th, Cliff Bowyer 14th, Doug 15th, Donald 16th, Oliver 17th, Eric Jones 18th, Daniel Suarez 19th, Jimmy Johnson 20th, Nia 21st, Alex Bowman 22nd, Kurt Busch 23rd, Ryan Blaney 24th, Bubba Wallace 25th, Ryan Newman 26th, Daniel Hemrick 27th, Rebecca 28th, Eric Almirola 29th, Daniel 6 30th, Tim Tom 31st, Austin Dillon 32nd, Durper 33rd, Paul Murray 34th, Miss Lady's brother 35th, Miss Lady 36th, Mommy 37th, Douglas 38th, Derek Cope 39th, Reed Sorensen 40th, Person 41st, and Captain 42nd. So, overall, no big moves in the race. Although it looks like the Tim Tom and Purser must have had a bit of a problem because as a result they fell back quite a bit in the field, and Tim Tom too. So some people didn't have the best of days here at Paris, but overall there wasn't no really big thing happened in this race, and well, there you go, the shortest NASCAR race of the season, not counting the Clash or the All-Star race. Yeah, this race was a short one. But, oh well, next race is going to be quite a different story. But with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video.